goodness, you're stuck. I know, you're stuck. It's okay. Oh goodness. This is gonna be harder than I thought it was. I regret this decision already. Hello and welcome to your Aries new moon reading number 2 for 2023. I am Shea Walker. I'm an intuitive coach, a Reiki teacher, and an Oracle deck creator living in Chicago, Illinois, and I do these readings on the new and full moon every month. If you are new around here, you may not be familiar that I used to have a cat named Zoe. She was with me for 18 and a half years before crossing over to the spirit world. She's still around for all of these readings, but she's no longer present on the videos. And I would often say in previous readings that whenever Zoe meowed or did something for a bid for attention during a certain part of the reading, it was an indicator that we need to listen extra carefully to that portion of the reading. Well, it just so happens that I am currently fostering a mama cat and 4 adorable baby kittens. First, an introduction. We have Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn enjoys chasing strings. She enjoys cuddling on laps, but she really enjoys biting my fingers, which we're working on. So I'm just gonna hold her and let her crawl around, and if you see her do anything that catches your attention while I'm talking, maybe that's a part of the reading that's for you. We'll find out. You're so tied up. I'll put you back there. So our first card is the Total Betty Goddess card. So our first card is the Total Betty Goddess card from the deck that I created. It's 90s goddesses playing the icons, or 90s icons playing the goddesses. And our card is Hera, played by Rachel Green from Friends. Don't fall off, baby! Hera is here to remind us that we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to the people around us. This is a card of reminding us that jealousy doesn't serve us, and those that we are jealous of are actually indicators of what we want in our own life. So by allowing ourselves to recognize the people that we envy as markers for what we're trying to cultivate in our own world, we then can allow ourselves to know more of what we're trying to manifest. And the more that we get clarity around what we manifest, the more likely it is to come in a clear and easy form. So Hera is telling us that rather than hating those around us that have things that we don't have, we need to thank them for being a clear mirror to what it is that we're trying to manifest in our lives. So I encourage you to cultivate a sense of community around the things that you find envy, and maybe even reach out to the people that are influencing you in a way and see if they have any advice for you. Or at the very least, again, use them as a mirror and allow them to be what it is that you are trying to manifest in your world and bring clarity to those manifestations. Mama Isis had something to say about that. Thank you for your service, Mama Isis. Beautiful house panther will be available for adoption as soon as these babies are weaned and ready to go. Up next, we have little black bear Bane. Bane is our little bruiser of the crew. He walks like a bro that just got out of the gym, but he also is the first one to cry for mama. And he is here to help us with our next card, which is a tarot pull from the Modern Witch Tarot, and it is our advice for this Aries new moon. Okay, buddy, come on. I know. You wanna be on my lap? You wanna be right there? That's a little nook. You wanna stay right there? So our energy card for this Aries new moon is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is telling us that we're having a strike of inspiration, which makes total sense to me because, here, go on my lap. The Aries moon is all about action and movement forward, and it's going to feel a little uncomfortable having this energy right before Mercury goes retrograde because that action is ultimately going to get stalled. But you do have a few days before that happens. So on this Aries new moon, if you have some impulse that strike and you want to cultivate an energy of bringing in those manifestations in a quick, easy way, follow that clarity, because the Ace of Swords is really something that you've got to grab onto when it strikes your brain, and that is definitely something that I recommend. And then anything you start before Mercury retrograde is all about tying up loose ends, so then you can utilize the time of Mercury retrograde where everything else slows down to finish up unfinished projects, which could include this project that you start underneath the new moon. You were such a good guest. Thank you. It's now mail time, so I have to wait for nursing to end. Up next we have Mrs. Freeze. And she is the little Aristocats Marie of the group. She's very fancy, she's very petite, she's very furry, but she's also the first one to bite the boys in the balls if they get on her bad side. Mrs. Freeze here is going to help us with one of our 2 jumpers that came out for our advice, and that is Justice. The Justice card is kind of reminding us of the fact that karma's at play here. So as you are using these envious, jealous feelings to your advantage and letting go of the jealousy and allowing it to build you up and help you find clarity on your manifestations, you are also creating better karma. So keep that in mind as you are sending either love and support or envy and jealousy towards the people around you. If you are wanting to cultivate more love and support for yourself, you don't want to wish ill on those around you that may have more success seemingly or an easier time seemingly. You want to kind of straighten other queens' crowns, so to speak. So make sure that you're one that's building others up rather than tearing them down, especially when it comes to checking your jealousy and envy. All right, if we do a lower tilt, we can see her. She's standing on top of the card we just read. All right, baby. Thank you for your help. Last but definitely not least, we have Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, make no mistake, is not Batman. He has been nicknamed the Dude because he's just a little stoner who has been confused with a millionaire and just wants to find a good rug to lay down on. So now that we've got the camera tilt, we can watch Bruce as he helps me with the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is reminding us to stand in our power. We've done a lot of work in these previous cards on recognizing our feelings of lack and letting go of our less than ideal emotions regarding others and jealousy. And the High Priestess is saying that we know exactly what our path is and who we are, and we don't have to compare ourselves to others because, like Bruce Wayne here, who may be a stoner and not a millionaire, he knows who he is, and he's okay with who he is because he is tapped in to his authentic self and that inner voice within him that tells him to crawl away. So that was an experiment that I probably won't be doing again because it was a bit chaotic. But if you heard a little meow in the background or a kitten did something that caught your attention, trust that you should listen extra hard to whatever is being said around there. And if this reading felt like it was for you, there's an extended reading at the links below. If you join the Patreon, you get not only access to this extended reading, the access to group therapy that happens every Sunday after a full moon, and monthly taroscopes, weekly goddess riffs from the Total Bitty Goddess deck, and a week ahead spread every single week delivered to your inbox. And if you want to know more about these guys and watch them grow up, follow me on Instagram at Michelle Shea because I'll be documenting their progress and I will let you know if you're in the Chicago area when they become adoptable. So I hope that this reading has served you well. And if you are watching this on the Patreon, the rest of the reading starts right now.